Social media is everywhere. Every second, people around the world use Facebook. Many politicians are active on Twitter, and even a carton of milk invites its consumers to find, friend, and follow it online. With this rise in social media, corporate communication has been democratized. People talk about brands, products, and services all the time. It's now up to firms to decide if they want to get serious about social media or continue to ignore it. But it's difficult to understand this rich and diverse ecology of social media sites. What platforms should you be on? How are they different? Does it matter? If it does, what does this imply for your social media strategy? To help answer these questions, we present 7 social media building blocks. Used individually and together, these blocks can help managers make sense of available social media choices and improve their understanding of their audience's engagement needs. The identity block represents the extent to which people reveal who they are and how much they care about what happens to their personal information online. In some cases, they gladly share their real names and specific details about themselves. In others, they want to remain completely anonymous. Firms need to understand how members of their audience want to balance revealing their true identities and protecting their privacy. The wrong mix will put people off right away. The conversations block is about how users communicate with each other. Some conversations are about staying connected, maybe through short public status updates. Others center around particular topics and create rich, often lengthy discussions. Firms need to know how to curate these conversations. In other words, when and where their users would like them to chime in to spark conversations, and when they should just sit back and listen. The sharing block addresses how users exchange, receive, and distribute content. They could be sharing all sorts of things: videos, deals, slide presentations, pictures, links, locations, tweets, pins, you name it. For firms, it's important to know what interests people have in common, what they think is share-worthy, and then to enable sharing while making sure the content doesn't offend anyone or violate existing privacy and copyright laws. The presence block covers the degree to which users can know if others are accessible. With GPS chips in mobile devices, this is increasingly easy, and lots of people let others know where they are, what their status is, and if they're ready to talk or meet. But firms should only ask for presence data if this is necessary. For social interactions on some platforms, location and availability really matter. On other platforms, not so much. The relationships block focuses on how users are connected to each other. Some social sites are about nurturing existing relationships, others about growing new ones. In some cases, relationship details don't matter at all. Building such social relationships is very important, online and offline, and firms need to figure out how to support the relationship dynamics that are most important to their users. The reputation block describes how things such as brands, products, and people are viewed by others. In a social media setting, we often gauge our reputation by the number of followers, view counts, retweets, and so on. When it comes to the quality measure of content, we tend to trust endorsements, suggestions from friends, and even anonymous reviews. People's opinions really matter. They drive a lot of traffic and engagement on social media sites. Firms need to think carefully about how they allow users to manage reputation. The groups block describes how individuals manage their social relationships. For instance, with hundreds or thousands of contacts, it's often useful to sort these acquaintances into categories such as friends, family members, and so on. Of course, people may want to group their contacts according to different characteristics and give these groups different permissions to view their content or to add their own. A firm needs to offer the right options so that groups become useful without overwhelming their users with too many choices for managing their relationships. Individually, these building blocks are useful for understanding the engagement needs of social media users. Together, they help explain how existing platforms add value by focusing on a few, not all, of the building blocks. For instance, LinkedIn is mostly about identity and about relationships and reputation. Facebook about relationships first, but also about identity, conversations, reputation, and presence. If you are about to get serious about social media, the Honeycomb framework allows you to understand social media activities